right. Thank you for joining another edition of the Woods Finest Podcast. It's your boy
Yes.
Griff, and I'm joined by your boy One Chain in the middle, the man in the middle representing the Kakalaki. Not two chains, one chain. Looking like a young Mike McDonald. Kev, tell the people how you doing.
Doing all right today. Glad to be here with my
I
friends.
think you
Steph
said
and
one
Mel.
chain.
Hey,
Hey man,
Kev, all the ladies gonna be
sometimes it's
crazy. They're gonna
hard
be
out here on
emailing
the
us,
street.
calling
You can't
us.
get two chains. You got to get
Hey,
one. Make sure it
yeah,
doesn't
one
One
big one.
chain.
put some green around your neck.
Hey, Kev, you got to beat them ladies off with the smooth beard. That joint tough, man. You gonna be, woo! I can't wait to see the emails this week. And joining us from right down the street, my brother from another mother,
You
Mr. Cody
know it.
Henderson. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Just living another week down. Glad I'm off on Monday. That's a
Ooh,
long weekend. So yeah, that's where we at.
What's going on
all
Monday?
right.
I believe
It's a
it's
holiday.
Columbus Day or something. It's a holiday for me.
I'll get that off.
Yeah,
That's right.
one of
That's what
those
I
one of
know.
those randos. Exactly.
Down to
Yeah,
another holiday.
one of them government holidays. You get your day off.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So today's show, we're talking about dealing with loss. But before we get started, if you could spend one day with someone who has passed away from your past, uh, who would it be? And what is the first question you would ask them? I'm gonna start with my boy Kev. Kev, I have a feeling I know where you're gonna go with this one, but we're gonna
Yeah.
start with you either way.
All right. Well, the person I'd spend the day with, definitely my mom, if for no other reason than just to have more time with her. All right. And then in terms of a question, I don't know if I'd really be asking her a question. I mean, if I was going to ask her a question, it would be, what's heaven like, right? Because I know she'd be there, right? If anybody's there, she'd be there. And
Facts.
then, but really, it wouldn't be a lot of questions I'd be asking her. It would just be me telling her how much I love and miss her, and how I wish I would have told her this more while she was here.
Okay. All right. Coach, what you got, man? Who you spending that time with, and what you gonna ask them?
Well, I'm definitely gonna say it would be my pops for sure. Even though he just passed away recently. This time of year here recently has probably been harder than most. My birthday was here recently. Football season, which was huge with him, something we always talked about. Sporting
Mm-hmm.
events. Just, it's getting to a time of year now where it's going to be a lot of first for my family. It's going to be our first Thanksgiving without him. It's going to be our first Christmas, our first New Year's. It's been everybody's first birthday, I think, except, well, for me, it's been my first birthday, not my brother or my mother. Um,
Yeah.
but for my, so I would just want to just spend some more time with him, man. I don't know if there would be anything I would necessarily ask him. I would probably just take the time to enjoy the time with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's real.
That's
That's real.
about the
That's
best
real.
way I can
That's real.
put it. Yep.
I got you, brother. I got you. And I think our situations are a little bit different. I feel like um, with you guys' situation, you guys, I'm going to be leaning on you guys today for most of the input today because our situations are just a little bit different. I'm kind of fortunate in the fact that the person I selected is my grandmother as well, but I feel like she lived a nice, long, whole life, and although I miss her,
Hmm.
um, I don't feel like I had so much time without her, if that makes sense. I think you guys, especially you, Kev, your mom kind of passed when we were very, young. So
Yeah.
she didn't get to see a lot of the things that you accomplished, your family, and all those kind of things. So
Hey,
for
can I
me,
say something real quick? I know
absolutely,
I know this is a sort of somber moment,
yeah,
and I gotta say this sort of jokingly, but Kev, Your mom always knew you with a full head of hair, dog.
Hey,
Yo,
hey.
I just had to break the tension a little bit, man. It's a little sad up in here, man.
I appreciate you.
Hey, we gotta be sad sometime. But I'm gonna say it would be my grandmother. And you know what, Kev? I would have said the exact same thing that you said. I would have said asked her what heaven is like. That would have been my biggest curiosity with what she's been going through, what she's dealing with, and all that kind of stuff as
And
well.
you wanna know what your grand would have told you, Kari?
Yeah.
She said, "Don't worry, you're gonna be here soon." That's what she would have told you. You're gonna find out soon enough. She,
Right. Leave me in suspense. Yeah.
you know, she would have.
That's grown folks' business. You will be there soon. All right. All right. So
Oh
I got,
man.
this follow up
Mm.
question. I know it can, you know, it's going to be tough, but what is the most difficult part of losing someone you care about? What's the most difficult part? And I'll go first. Like I said, our situations are very, very different. I've lost people in the past, good friends, some family, but very, very few people that that I saw on a daily basis and had a very strong interaction with. Um, but the people that I did lose, I felt like, um, at least with a couple of them that died way too early, it's just that connection that very, very rarely do you find people that you can connect with and gravitate to, and they look to be a blessing in your life. And I think that's what I personally miss the most. That just the connection, the phone calls, you know, the clowning, the camaraderie, all that kind of stuff. Kind of is the stuff I'll miss the most. All right, Coach, you gonna follow up? What you got, May?
I mean, you pretty much hit it on the head, man. It's you always unfortunately we're very optimistic as people, right? We never think about is somebody not gonna be there for us to talk to tomorrow, or for us to hear they laugh or see they smile, or whatever it may be that this person brings to your life.
Mm-hmm.
When someone or something that's important to you is gone, you feel the effect of it no matter what it is. From from your favorite food that you thought was going to be in the refrigerator to losing
Mm-hmm.
somebody, that is going to affect you in a way, for a while. Because I know when I
Yeah.
walk downstairs and I had some cheesecake and it's not there, I'm a little salty, and I'm gonna be salty about it for about a week or so. But losing someone and not having the ability to ever have that again, you really understand it when you get older. When we're younger, you don't understand it so much because when you're younger, your mind allows you to process and deal with things a lot differently than when you're grown. So it's a whole. It's definitely a whole because people that you care about build who you are as a person, right? They have all poured in you, and that's part of you. And when part of you is missing, that's going to affect you. So losing someone that you care about, man, is difficult. That's the
Yeah.
difficult part.
Yeah. Uh,
That's really the
all right,
difficult
Kev.
part, man.
Kev, how you gonna follow up, my brother?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all somewhat saying the same thing, just in different words. The most difficult part of losing somebody you care about is they're no longer there. You can't communicate with them anymore, right? Um, Now, sometimes you may feel that you're communicating with them because you may have dreams and stuff like that, and really feel like somehow they're speaking to you another way, or my aunt tells me this a lot, where she'll give me some type of random situation, and she'll just say things like, "I really feel like I just kind of got a blessing, or somebody kind of talking to me the other day from either like my grandfather, my grandmother, or my mom. She'll specifically mention those conversations to me a lot with my mom for like just some type of guidance with something and like but like having like almost like a real conversation, right? And you know, some people might think, you know, whatever, you're kind of crazy for that, but I think it kind of deals with your faith. I think sometimes those situations happen to me also, and you know, but you know, the most difficult part of losing somebody is that's not going to happen a lot. Maybe that is something that's really happening, right? Maybe God is sending you some type of message, right, for you to be able to somewhat think of them and communicate with them. But that's not something that happens like on a regular basis where you can call somebody on the phone or visit them in person, right, and have a conversation. Um, so that's the most difficult part, not being around the person to see them, communicate with them, tell them you love
Okay. All
them.
right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. I think this next one is I think one of the more important questions that we'll answer. Is there anything that helps heal those wounds? Is there anything that you do, anything that you practice, anything that you've come into contact that helps minimize the pain, helps you get through it, gets past that? And I know that's a tough question. That's a tough question, especially being code a little bit more fresh for you.
Hmm.
Is there anything that helps heal that void?
So I'm gonna say maybe because it's new for me, right? That
Mm-hmm.
maybe my my view on that is a little jaded,
Okay.
let's say. Um,
All right.
but I'm gonna say that I don't think there is anything that's gonna heal the wound. It's more of a have you ever now I know as kids we all did this. You ever hurt yourself and you didn't really tell nobody about it? And like when everybody's around, you might let's say you twist your ankle. And when everybody's around, you walk regular, but as soon as they leave, you be like, "Ugh," limping because you don't want nobody to know you twisted your ankle.
Right. Right.
Right? And eventually your ankle would heal and you would, but you would just deal with it. It's one of the it's like that. It's a injury that's never gonna heal. It's not gonna heal, but you're gonna find a way to deal with it and continue living your life with this wound because there's no way that the only thing that can fix the wound is gone, right? I mean,
That's right.
if we're really thinking about it, that's the wound is because that's removed from your person, from you. And the only thing
Yeah.
that can go back in that wound is gone. So you find a way to deal with it. It does it heal? Yeah, but it's never gonna be the same,
Yeah. Yeah. I
right?
got you. I got you.
So yeah, that's
I,
that's my
I,
thought on that, man.
I, I got to ask you a follow up because
Okay.
you said when people are around, you kind of acted like the ankle was okay.
Hmm.
So my follow up is, do you feel like you need to hide it, or do you just feel more comfortable not letting people see that part of you? So that yeah, well, like what do you feel like is going on?
So for me, I guess I am or sort of feel. Let me say no, no let me say that I am. I feel. All
Okay,
right. I feel that before my dad passed away, he had been preparing me to be the elder gentleman of the family in this area,
right,
right?
right, right. Yeah,
So I sort of was of the opinion or felt like I needed to let everyone else deal with their grief. And if they saw me grieving, at least at that point in time when this was going on, it was going to be a whole nother problem, right? Because I remember, I don't know why I'm about to tell all y'all this, but I remember on the day of my dad's funeral, when we walked into the church, and in
take your time.
every room there was pictures of my dad from when he was a kid to when he was a teenager, when he met my mom, when He had pictures with me when I was a kid. I don't even remember. And, we walked into these rooms and I started crying. I looked over at my daughter, started crying. And my son started crying. And my daughter was like, I'm crying because I don't know why my dad is crying. Because she hadn't seen me crying about my dad because I didn't do it in front of her. So I knew that I needed to be strong for not just myself, but for them.
Yeah.
Right. And that's sort of a thing that it happens, and this doesn't happen in all situations when someone passes away, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there will come a time when everyone's going to be looking to you, sort of like, because my brother Derek's not here.
Yeah.
If my
Yeah.
mom needs something, I got to do it, and
Yes,
I
absolutely.
knew that going in, right?
Yeah.
So I also knew that when my mom, because she was sort of doing the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
worrying about how everybody else felt,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? So I need to be strong for her. So it's just maybe that's the quote unquote man in me, or whatever you want to say, or
Mm-hmm.
me, the testosterone in me,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
but every situation is different. Mine is a little bit different because losing a parent, especially, and if it was a woman and she lost her mother, it's different because you sort of feel like you need to sort of take that person's place.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh,
I didn't think about that.
so yeah, that's sort of part of what I deal with. But it's not a burden for me. It's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
mean,
that's
and I, I'm glad that you know, it takes a lot of courage to share those kind of things. Um, and more importantly, I think it's important that we have those outlets, those places where we can vent and still, I know when the eyes are on you, when the kids' eyes on you, when our relatives' eyes on you, it's a little bit different, but we still need that place where we can be supportive of each other and let those things out. So, um, I just, like I said, we all have to offer ourselves as outlets because we're all going to go through those times. And I think the
yeah,
beautiful thing
yeah.
about us is we've known each other for a long time. And we can share in our pains and in our successes, and I think that's a key.
It,
So if
it,
there's anything,
just to reflect on what you just said about that is what's crazy is that when I mean there was probably, and I would have to go back and look. There's probably pictures that were my
Mhm.
father's funeral that y'all were in.
Oh
You understand what I'm saying? With us
yeah,
as kids, how many people can say that they have friends that they still talk to, that they look in a
yeah,
picture? You know what I'm saying? We can probably look back at maybe our 10th birthday parties and look in pictures and see each other in the pictures.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man.
It is, it is,
So we
man.
are we are always gonna be part of each other's stories, man, and that's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, you
It's a
talk
It
beautiful
about
definitely
you've
thing.
is.
known each other a long time. Put a number to it. It's been like 40 years.
Yeah,
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 man. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
All right, Kev,
That's
it's your
just
turn, my
crazy.
brother. Same question. Follow up. Is there anything you can do that helps heal those wounds?
All right, I think it kind of depends on the situation. I would say really no other than time. Um, but well, yeah, it's really more so no other than time. I guess if you know something's coming, then maybe you could just start doing what you feel you should do to kind of let the person know how much you love them ahead of time. But other than that, I mean, for me, with my mom, nothing that's really healing those wounds. Because I mean, call me
Yeah.
naive, but I just never really expected my mom to pass away. So, I mean, it's been 25 years now that she passed away, and you guys still
Hmm.
see me emotional talking about some of this stuff. But, you know, over time, I hate to say it this way, you almost become kind of numb to certain things. But I mean, you still love the person. It just kind of takes time to grieve, at least in my
Hmm.
opinion.
Yo, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, like I said, my situation is a little bit different from you guys. I will. One of the guys that I think it impacted me the most when he passed away because for like 10 years we worked together all the time. So I saw this person every day, and this dude had a really, really big personality. Like, his personality couldn't fit in a room with him, and he was a big dude too. But I said all that to say the way I got past, or at least something that helped heal my wound, was after he passed away. I had an opportunity to go see his wife, his kids, and like their family, and I didn't know them like that. I mean, I knew his wife pretty well, and I knew his daughters pretty well, but I was gonna ignore the opportunity and not go in because I was like, I don't really know them like that. And I went in. I ended up going in and speaking with them and reflecting on those good times and how big this guy's personality was. And I remember them laughing, and I was like, that was kind of, that's one of those things where I was like, those are what you're supposed to do in those moments where you're just like, I could have dropped the ball and didn't step up, but it helped me, I think, as much as it helped them for them to laugh and have that
Mhm.
moment. It helped me too because I was like, I honored my friend, I comforted his family, and I think that was a special moment for me. It doesn't erase that they're gone or anything like that, but I do think, at least for me, it helped and bring a little bit of joy to that horrible situation. All right, can you prepare for loss to minimize that pain? Can you prepare for it? Well, I think with you, Kev, we knew that your mom was sick, but we didn't expect it to happen. Is there anything that you could have done to prepare yourself for it, or is it just that pain's going to hit you no matter what?
Yeah, I definitely think I could have prepared myself in a different way. So if I know what I know now, that she was definitely going to pass away as early as she passed away, then I definitely um, would have spent more time with her. I mean, I kind of did, but again, I was thinking she was going to recover from stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that previously. Um, but yeah, just being around her more, um, doing more for her, letting her know how much I loved and cared for her, still love and care for her. Um,
Absolutely.
just
Mm-hmm.
doing what you can to, if you know somebody is not going to be here longer, making that your number one priority, right? To be around them, letting them know how much you love them, um, laughing, sharing good times, making them as comfortable as they can be, all of that stuff. That definitely would have helped me a lot. But again, I think people were trying to shield me from the extent of it, and maybe I don't know, was kind of naive to some of the things. And, people are always like, oh, yeah, I'm good with all of this stuff, and she's doing well. Then I believed it. Um, and I was just like, okay, well, it's just, you got to wait through certain things. But I think if you just really are aware and things are like really serious and you spend a lot of time showing somebody that you love them rather than just saying it, right? That definitely
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
can help you prepare for loss and
Okay.
soften the
All
pain
right.
later on.
Yeah, yeah. I, my one of the reflections I have is when my grandmother was dying, which was one of the things that stands out is when the ambulance was taking her away. It felt final, but and I think everybody felt that, you know what I mean? Like this felt final. But my mom almost turned back into her childhood self for a few minutes, if that makes sense. The way she was calling for her, what she was saying, I was, it was kind of, I don't know. It just, I don't look forward to feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? It was a tough visual for me to watch her go through
Uh,
that moment. And
yeah.
I don't know that you can prepare. Like, I think that we all knew it was, definitely possible. As strong and as tough and as durable as she was, it just felt like, I don't know. I don't, even though you knew it was coming, I don't know that you could have prepared for the gravity of that moment
Yeah.
and all the things that you're reflecting through your life and the moments. And I don't know. To me, I just got to lean more on you guys because I think it's, like I said, I think the situation is just a little bit different. But, Coach, what you got, man? Do you think you can prepare for
Let me
those
just make sure.
situations?
Let me make sure one thing. Okay. All right. So you can prepare for loss of certain things.
Mm-hmm.
You can prepare for like the loss of maybe a job or a car or a home or maybe even a pet, right? Maybe like if it's a goldfish or something, but not if it's like a dog that you had for, because dogs live for long times. Goldfish don't really live that long. You might give a goldfish a name and get two more goldfish and you won't know which one is which.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
but you can never prepare for the loss of a family member, no matter when it is. It'll never be enough time. It'll never be the right time. Like with my dad, they told us he was going to pass away, and then he was alive for like another 15, 20 days.
Mm-hmm.
So, they told us it was a wrap, it was done. So to go from that and then to have that a little bit more time with him now during that time, you could see him fading away. You know what I mean? Which that part wasn't really something I wanted to see, and it's not really something I wanted him to go through.
Yeah.
But that's what ended up happening. So I'm gonna say you can't really, no matter how prepared you say you are,
Mm-hmm.
you're never gonna be prepared. And Griff, what you just said really goes back to what I was saying earlier about when your children see you a certain way, right? You saw your mom, you just said it, you said you saw your mom revert back to herself as a child calling
Mm-hmm.
for her mother.
Mm-hmm.
And that to you was like, wait a second, because you went back to a child and thought, what's wrong with my mom? How can I help
Mm-hmm.
her?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And so
Mm-hmm.
that's what loss does to you. And that's something you can't prepare for that. You
Yeah.
you can say, "Oh, I'm ready." You'll definitely when your loved one is passing away, there'll come a time when you might see them suffering, and you're gonna tell them, it's okay. Go ahead and do. If you
Mm-hmm.
gotta go, go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and go.
Yeah.
And you might mean that in that moment, but the moment that they're gone, hey, you're not gonna feel that way at that moment.
Yeah. Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
So
do.
there's really no way to not when it's something that's so important to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because material things, you can lose those all the time. But someone that's been there for you your entire life, that has, when you couldn't take care of yourself, took care of you, you can't prepare yourself for that.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. This is the final question. Somebody out there is going through this type of situation now. Somebody's gonna need something to lean on or some kind of advice. What would you say to someone who's in the midst of that process? They're grieving. They need something to lean on. What advice would you say might help them get through that difficult time. Um, like I said, all of our perspectives are just a little bit different. And the people that I lost, the only advice that I would give them is not to erase the memory or run away from it, but to embrace it, to reach out to the people that were close to them, to lean on those people who are in that circle, to continuously share, no matter if it's painful. I think that's more of an opportunity for you to connect with those people. Sometimes that might entail shedding a tear, and ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
We kind of sometimes minimize men's feelings, but I do think sometimes you feel better once you've cleansed that process. I'm not saying you got to go around crying all the time. I'm just saying it's a healthy process for you to deal with it and deal with it with people that care about you and that other person. Kev, I'm gonna come to you, my brother. What would your advice be to someone who is grieving or going through that type process?
I mean, I would just try to comfort them by sharing, you know, somewhat similar stories, let them know, I've had family members that passed away, and I love and appreciate the person that I'm talking to try to console them while they're grieving and let them know, you know, don't be afraid to let your feelings know. It's going to take time. Um, Not really anything you can do that's going to be a quick fix or anything like that. Um, but I would just say I'd let them know if they need anything, give me a call, send me a message, whatever. I'm here to help support you. But I don't really know advice other than to say, it's going to take time. And, you know, feel
Yeah,
free to let your feelings know and to grieve however you feel best, to
yeah,
make yourself feel better about the things.
yeah. I got you. So I know that I'm a bad host for this, so y'all can jump on me later. Kev, this is an impromptu. So, like I said, I know we all know that we lost your mother quite a while ago. But if you had to think of one of your favorite memories of her, because we all lost when we lost her, what would you say is your like one memory that stands out that you like? That was just I remember that time. Um, what would you say? Do you have a specific memory entail?
Let me see. Let me see if I can adjust this camera. Yeah,
Is that gonna be you in that suit again, brother?
yeah.
Not the suit. Not the.
Can you guys
That's
see it on the
it,
picture?
man.
Can you guys see it right
Nah,
here?
you got to move a little bit. You got to move it a little bit
You
further.
might have to bring the camera down here. Oh, there
There
it
you
is,
go.
boy.
Oh.
Ooh, ooh, boy,
Yeah.
that's that easy pimping right there. Hey, tell
This
me
is
that brother look
at
like he about to get up and do a little disco dance right now.
Little bass John Travolta. Okay, okay, okay. Is it? Tell us
well,
what's happening in that favorite memory, kid. What?
this is my mom right here with her head tucked down because she's
Mhm.
probably embarrassed
Yeah,
for
yeah.
how I reacted. This is me, like a young Sonny Corleone right there in the suit. But this was at my aunt and uncle's wedding. Um,
Wait, who else in the picture, Kev? Who else in the picture up there? I
here's
want to
my
make sure
uncle
I'm.
Glenn right here.
I knew
Yep.
that was Glenn. I knew that was Glenn. I was about saying that Glenn, but I didn't want to say his name and be wrong.
Yeah, or as Glenn would always call Griff, he'd call him McGarity.
McGarity,
And
Black
then
Cowboy.
this is my grandmother right here.
Yep,
You
I
can
Yes.
remember
barely see
Grandma.
my
Yep.
grandfather, but he is right behind Glenn. But anyhow, I had just caught the garter
Yeah,
at
man.
my aunt and uncle's wedding reception, and I like dove to like tackle people to catch it, thinking I was gonna get, I don't know, like
a prize or
Cheetos or
something.
something, yeah, some tokens to the arcade game or something. And they're like, oh, look out for this guy right here. He's going for people's ankles, catching the garter. It's like, all right, now you gotta go ahead and put the garter on this woman's leg. And I was young, right? I mean, I definitely was probably less than 10 years old. And I was like, what are you talking about? Put the
Mm.
garter
Yeah,
on this woman's leg.
you didn't know
I
nothing
mean,
about
she was
nothing.
an attractive woman, right? You guys didn't prepare me for this. And then, like, gave my uncle Glenn the prize. I was like, hey, it's your lucky day. You can go ahead and take care of this work for me right here. He was like, yeah.
Oh, I know Glenn. I know Glenn was all about that life too, boy.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But
Oh
yeah,
Hey,
my
yeah.
mom, she was,
yeah,
just stuck in that because, it was just, it was funny. I mean, the whole place was laughing and everything. They got,
Oh, she was ducking out because she was embarrassed.
yeah. So,
yeah,
Oh man.
but yeah, we would always talk about that and laugh about it. But the whole wedding thing, it was a really cool time, and I was
hmm
spending a lot of time with her, taking pictures and everything. So
Mm.
it's one
yeah.
of the funnier,
Better memory.
happier
Yeah,
times. Everybody together as a family, everybody, showing each other you love and care for them and everything. So that's probably
yeah,
one of
yeah,
the
yeah,
things that stands out most in
yeah,
my mind. I mean, plenty of other good times too, vacations and stuff,
yeah,
but that's probably the main one.
yeah. So for me, I remember, Kev. I don't know if you even remember this time, but we had gone on like some college exploration trip. It was me, you, your mom, and I think there was two young ladies that are with us as well. And I think on the way, me and you fell asleep or something. And when we got up, when we arrived, she was like, "Yeah, y'all was back there snoring in stereo or something." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh, Mama Hog got jokes already. We just got on campus." But yeah, there's so many good memories of Mama Hall and the jokes, and I remember the accent and all the good stuff, man. So those were beautiful times. So we still got to celebrate those people that we love that have
Uh,
moved on. Remember
well,
those good
I
times.
just
Those
So
want
college road trips,
real
right?
real quick. I just want to share. I would say the thing about your mom that I definitely miss the most, man, is your mom's smile.
hmm
Like when I used to walk in the crib, you could tell when your mom was mad or if she was all good right off the bat. Because she would give you either get that bright smile or you, Kevin's back there in this room. He's in the back. Oh man, but yeah, man, I
Okay.
miss that smile, man. That's what I miss, man. That smile.
All right, Coach, you're up the bat,
All
my
right.
brother. What advice would you give to somebody who's going through this situation?
I
What would you
mean,
say, man?
uh, Griff, I think you sort of hit it on the head. One of the best things you can do is be around other people that knew the person that you're grieving about,
hmm
because whether or not we realize it, that's where this person is. They're still with you, right? Because they have given some of themselves to anybody that comes to a funeral for someone or to celebrate their life. There's a reason that they're there. That
Yeah,
person had to have given them something or shown them something to make them want to come, you know what I'm saying, and celebrate their life. So more than likely, these people have a little piece of the person that you're missing inside them that they might be able to give you to, as we were talking about earlier, Griff, sort of fill up that wound that you have from losing that person.
right, right, right,
Because
right.
truth be told, these people are still with us some way, somehow. Just like your Graham will always be with you through me about them biscuits and what she said to me that morning when I stayed the night at your crib. That's always gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? We are all you'll be able to look at me and remember I came downstairs and Graham, did I sleep with you last night? And we were
I'll
huh?
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. Never.
You know
That
what I'm
joke was
saying?
crazy. I was
That's what
concerned.
I
I was like,
mean
what's
by
happening?
that's exactly what I mean by they're still with us and being with the people that know them, you can get a little piece of them back, and that'll help you hopefully be able to grieve and share laughs, like you said, Griff, or maybe have to share a couple tears or whatever it
Hmm.
is, but that will help you in the long run. It will help you, and it'll help you see the person. They are still here. While they're not here physically, they are still here.
Yeah, yeah. All right, you got the same follow up question. Um, one of your favorite memories. If you had to tell somebody to explain like who your dad was in like one quick little, is there a memory or something that stands out? You're like a time where you're like, yeah, that was
Well,
him.
I'm not gonna say it's one memory.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if maybe y'all might not remember this happening sometimes, but the whole time that I've lived here, the whole time that I've known y'all, it, I could go somewhere and just be walking,
Hmm.
and somebody be like, "Oh, that's Mr. Henderson's son. You Coach Henderson's son. You walk just like Coach Henderson. I don't even have to know you."
Hmm.
So it's amazing to me how many people that he just touched. That
Hmm.
again, he's still here in so many different ways. It's just crazy. So that's the memory for me is that, again, that while I was growing up, I might have felt jealousy or felt like my dad maybe didn't give me enough attention or was giving other people attention. But I see that all of these things that I thought I wasn't getting, I really was getting, and I still get from him to this day because there's other people that were around him that they felt it. I could go out right now, I'm telling you, and go somewhere, and somebody would see me and say, "Hey, you Mr. Henderson's son," or they would know me. It's just it's crazy. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, your
Yeah. Yeah.
dad, he was always, he used to always hook people up with the stereos. Like when I first got the car, he'd hook me up with that car stereo with the installation and like customize all
yeah,
the stuff. Or like we'd always go to your house and he'd have like everybody over for the games and everything. And it'd be like tons of other kids that I didn't even know that he was coaching though. Like, so, I mean,
yeah,
dad, he was loved by, you know, countless numbers of people and always looking out for people, right? I mean, I could have gone somewhere and they would have charged me whatever amount of money, but dad, he just always looking out for people and hooking people up and showing them that he loved and cared for people.
Yeah.
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 That's
Yeah.
it.
I
Great guy,
definitely.
man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it,
And
man.
all the times that I could tell about the story. I think one of the funniest ones was one of our last interactions when we went over for, I believe it was your son's graduation, and what
Boy.
I get what I liked about your dad was he always gave me the business. Like he never took it easy. Never no. What he say? He's like, you was the baddest kids in Salem Wood. Like, God, you can't be saying this. Hey look. I was like, hey man, I said, you saying this in front of the wife and everything. She don't know all this. He was like, man, this dude was terrible. I was like, my God, man. But I love that he never shied away from giving us the business, and that was their, like, all of our parents' way of showing that they cared about us, that they loved us, that
Yeah,
we were important to
yeah.
them because you couldn't be soft around them, man. They was talking trash the whole time, so you
Whole
needed to
time.
be
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little bit of
yeah,
toughness. So,
yeah.
uh, yeah, I love that, and I miss that because your pops always kept us on our toes and was never hesitating to tell a good joke at our expense. So I like that a lot. And I'll round out the show. I'll tell uh, yeah, with Graham's, uh, I would say, well, anyway, when people. Well, I think I answered already, but I'll just tell the story with Grams. I think you told it best when we came downstairs and she's like, "Did I sleep with you last night?" I was like, What? What happened? Like, what? Yeah, it blowing my mind. How old were we, Coach? Like 12?
I mean, yeah,
I,
yeah, we weren't that old,
I was
and
like,
I'm
what?
sitting here thinking to myself, not only did she just say that to me, but I'm in here with all her grandsons,
Yeah,
and they
I'm
gonna
like,
did I do what? Did I do what?
I was so confused. But that was, hey, Coach, hey, you was quick thinking. You was like, oh, good morning. And she was like, oh, all right. Then things went back to normal. I was like, what in the world? I was like, I ain't never heard her say nothing
Uh,
like that ever in my life. And I was like, whoa.
yeah,
So,
I'm glad my young mind put that together because it could have
oh,
went left.
God. Woo. I was so confused. I
Hey,
so,
and every
but
time after that she saw me, it was all, "How you doing, Miss Hodges? Hey, how you doing? What's going on?" Every time, it made sure we never had that
yeah,
problem again, ever,
yeah.
ever.
Graham was throwing African riddles in there. We was like, what in the world? What are you talking about? You got to solve it. So,
Oh
but those
man,
funny times, funny times. But yeah, man, I'm glad we could end this episode with a little bit of joy and laughter because it
Hold
is a
on. Let,
serious,
let me share
yeah,
a quick meaningful thing about your grandmother since we've done
yeah,
it about everyone
absolutely,
else. So I might
absolutely.
be selfish with saying this one, but the one thing I talked to you about this countless times. So when my mom was sick, you and your family, especially your grandmother, who was an
Hmm.
amazing cook, she would always like you guys would be bringing my mom food right when
Hmm.
she was sick, and I was away at school, right? But I mean, you were just stepping up, being an amazing friend, and your grandmother always looking out for people, bringing her all these home cooked meals and everything. I mean, I'll never forget that. I always appreciate that. But even when you would go to your house all the time, she's always offering people a plate and everything. So I mean,
Hmm.
it
mm,
just
Hmm.
your
Hmm.
grandmother always really caring and
yeah.
looking out for the
That's how she
people
was
as well.
showing that love, man.
Yep.
Showing
Yeah,
that love,
yeah,
filling that belly up with that good food, man.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks, Kev. I appreciate the love, man. Yeah, but that was all her. That wasn't me. That was all her. So I'm fortunate to be blessed that she did all those good things, and um, we lost when we lost all the our parents and grandparents and things like that. So hopefully this provides healing for someone else who's going through something and needs that connection and maybe that reflection. So um, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you sharing. This wasn't an easy show. I know that it's
Not
emotional.
by any means,
It,
not by any
it,
means.
it, it's vulnerable, but it's just hopefully this helps a lot of people who are going through something out there and maybe need that proverbial shoulder to cry on or give support. So I appreciate you, brothers, as I always do. For my boy, looking like John B with
Uh,
one
don't
chain, one chain.
say what you won't do. You know I'll be the first one to come home
Hey,
to.
we got to get Kev to sing at least once on this jam. We gonna get him one time. We gonna get him. But
One time.
my boy Coat, it's always your boy Griff. We appreciate you tuning in to the Woods
Yes,
Finest
sir.
podcast and look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Y'all take
Peace.
care.